We're going to start off today's session with a bit of chanting. The next section are called Particular Manasikara Papa, section on attention to disgust.
Punachaparam Bhikkhave Bhikkhu Imameva Kayam Buddham Padatala Adhoke Samattaka Tachapariyantam Purang Nanapakarasa Asuchino Pachavikkati Atti imasmin kaye Kesa loma nakadanta tacho Mamsanharu atti minjang vakkam Hadayam yakanam kilomakam pihakam pappasam Antang antagunang utariyang garisang Hitam sengham pukbolo hitam sedo medo Asuvasa kelo singhanika lasika muttanti Seyatha vipikkhave upato mukha putoli Puranana vihitassa danyassa Seyatitam Salinang vihinang mukganang Masanang tilanang tandulanang Tamenang cakkuma puriso munchitva paccavekkheya Ime sali ime vihi ime mugga Ime masa ime tila ime tandulati Evameva ko bhikkhave bhikkhu Imameva kayam Buddham padatala Adhoke samattaka Tachapariyantam Purang nanapakarasa asuchino pachavikkati Atti imasmin kaye Kesa loma nakadanta tacho Mangsang naru atti minjang vakkam Hadayam yakanang kilomakang pihakang pappasam Antang antagunang udariyang garisang Pittam sengham pukbolo hitam sedo medo Pittam sengham pukbolo hitam Asuvasa kelo sinkhanika lasika muttanti. Iti achattam va kaye kayanupassi viharati. Bahiddha va kaye kayanupassi viharati. Accatta bahiddha va kaye kayanupassi viharati. Samudaya dhammanupassi va kayasmin viharati. Vaya dhammanupassi va kayasmin viharati. Samudaya vaya dhammanupassi va kayasmin viharati. Attikayo divapanassa satipatthana hoti. Yavadeva jnanamattaya patissati mattaya. Anissito ca viharati. Naca kinci loke upadiyati. Evam bhikkho bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanupassi viharati. Patikula manasikara pabbam nitthitam.
You have gone through this and it's quite simple. I mean, the Pali and the English translations, they are just translations of the words. So I think that you should have no problem, right? Now, important thing about this section is that it's not just mere observation. If you look on page 28, the Buddha says, reviews this same body as full of many kinds of impurity. So actually you are trying to program your mind to look at things in a certain way, right? So you're looking at your body in terms of impurity rather than looking in the mirror every day and seeing how beautiful you are. This is a reverse process. Right? The reason for doing this is to reduce and abandon temporarily lust for the body for your own body as well as for others' bodies, in order to do the spiritual practice. When I was in Penang, one of my Christian ex-schoolmates, he's a Christian, you see, so he very surprisingly he attended the whole workshop. When he came to this part about the impurity of the body and looking at our body in terms of impurity, he had a hard time accepting that, because he said that for them the body is a temple of God, and to look at God as, full of impurities is something very offensive to him. So I had to explain to him that this meditation was especially prescribed for celibates. Yeah, and one of the major obstacles in the life of celibacy is lust for the opposite sex. Right? So that's why this was prescribed by the Buddha. Okay, but in any case, in the course of a practice, if one is obsessed by too much longing for the opposite sex in terms of sexual lust, then you cannot just step back and look at it, because they are so obsessive. So you might have to stop doing, just mere observation and try to change your perception. So this is one of the techniques that is used. In fact, this is one of the standard techniques that are taught in the forest tradition of Thailand. Okay, so let's now get down to do some work. Let me show you some slides. Can you see? Okay, so you have already gone through the booklet, the album on the 32 parts of the body. This is just to supplement what you have already seen. This is an autopsy, I guess. That's a body being cut from the neck to the groin. And you can see the different parts of the body. These are the entrails, and that's the rib bones and the flesh, the muscles. That is the skin. That's a real corpse that has been plasticized by a German anatomist. So he has this whole place where the corpses in various postures have been cut up and dissected and plasticized in various ways to show people how the human body functions. These are the shoulder bone, showing the rib cage again, joints. Yeah, this is a real life corpse. You can see the flesh sticking on to the bones. That's the sinews. Now take a good look at this, because later you're going to strip yourself of all your skin and your flesh, and then going down to the bare bones and beyond. That's how the flesh attaches itself to the bones, to the sinews. That's the pelvic bone, showing the coccyx. That's all that veins. These are all the blood veins throughout the body. Okay, this one is better. You can see the organs on the right, and the corpse on the left looks so real, so alive. You see the flesh is above all, is actually covering all these organs. And then if you remove the flesh, you will see the organs. These are the lungs, that's the heart, the liver, and this is probably the mesentery, this is the stomach, and these are the intestines. That's the lungs covering the heart with all the blood vessels around and capillaries. That's the heart dissected, and you can see the auricles and ventricles. That's kidneys dissected. I'm sure housewives here will be very familiar with all these things, when you cut up the chicken. Yeah. Okay, so there will be no problem for you.